What's going on, guys? It's John here from Hot Take Hockey, back with another video. I just recorded my Lightning part. Now this is the Stars part. I just wanted to go over this because, man, I really never got to sit down and talk about these two teams, specifically on why they could win. And for the Dallas Stars, watching the game tonight, they have things to fix. I mean, they need to have that foot on the pedal for a full 60 minutes. They've done it throughout these playoffs. They need to learn to do it completely against the Lightning, because when they have that foot completely on the pedal, they're just, in my opinion, even with the Lightning. I think the Lightning are just that solid. For me, the Dallas Stars were the underdog coming into the series, but they're a dominant team. They just need to be on their game completely. When you have guys like Gurianov not 100%, when you have a guy like Radulov only 50% at some points in the game and then 100% at some points, Seguin, same thing. I mean, Seguin for me is like he's either doing great things in the game or for the next part of the game he's invisible. That was kind of Seguin tonight as I make this video. I mean, they were down 2-0. Seguin was really heating up with Benn and Radulov. And then for the second half of the game, where's Tyler Seguin? Jamie Benn getting a little bit, I would say, away from what he's been doing great in these playoffs. So it's the Stars. It's the unit. They're top 9. I really didn't see too much of Corey Perry. When we see great things from Corey Perry, keep it simple. Play that physical role. Get in front of the net. Cause some traffic. Kiviranta, hopefully we can get some Kiviranta magic. But that's kind of the point of the Stars. They've got to be moving as a unit. I would like to say they have stars, but for me they really don't in terms of what we see in the playoffs. So they've gotten contributions from a bunch of guys. A bunch of different guys have been clutch. Seguin hasn't really been that star for me in these playoffs, and he never really has been in the playoffs, that center point, but obviously Seguin is an elite player, so is Jamie Benn. So we'll see, but I think obviously their big point is their defense and Khudobin, keeping the puck out of the net. They went on a little bit of a rut there in the second period of the game I watched tonight, and they allow 3 quick goals. So for the Dallas Stars, Khudobin, can he stand on his head? We thought we were going to see Ben Bishop. That wasn't the case in the defense. Heiskanen, Klingberg, Lindell. We're talking about Lindell that actually got a third-place vote for the Norris. I don't really agree with that, but Lindell is obviously underrated by a lot of people, and I think Heiskanen, one of the best young defensemen in the league, and Klingberg, don't sleep on Klingberg. So I think those 3 guys, if they can be dominant with Khudobin in the net, that's what's going to win the cup. And, I'm going to talk about Conn Smythe favorites, but, if Khudobin's playing the way he has in, some games against the Avs or, a couple of those games against the Knights, Khudobin, bro. Khudobin. And, look at that first game against the Lightning. If Khudobin can do that, the Stars have a chance, because at the end of the day, I think the Lightning dominated half of that game. It was just Khudobin standing on his head. So I think Khudobin really has to steal a game or two, and the Stars have a chance at this series in 6 or 7, in my opinion. And yeah, that's my case for why the Stars. And experience, I think both these coaches have experience in different ways. John Cooper, obviously more in the recency bias sense of a head coach. Rick Bowness steps in, and it seems like he's loved by the players. Seems like he's really set a good example and structure with this team. So I do think it's a good coaching battle as well. Straight up, I just wanted to make a quick edit because, I didn't want to screw up the video and I wanted to cover everything. I didn't even mention the boy, Joe Pavelski. So I think, it speaks for himself, the path that he's taken. Obviously, all the struggles for the Sharks. And, didn't have the greatest season, but he comes to the playoffs, scores some clutch goals, and I obviously think Pavelski can be a huge aspect for the Stars team if they were to win the Cup. So I just wanted to go over, obviously, Pavelski. If I can go over other guys, Janmark could be an aspect. I think Alexiak, he scored a huge goal. I think his physical nature could be there as well. But honestly, like I said, I think the Stars are somewhat of an underdog here, and I think the Lightning, we'll see what happens with Stamkos. But, the Stars need more consistency, especially from a guy like Tyler Seguin. It just hasn't been happening. I think they've had inconsistencies through their team. They've been a very hot and cold team through the season and at some points in the playoffs. But whether you want to say it was Vegas' struggles or the Stars just getting hot over a stretch of games, they've got to do it as a unit. And Khudobin's probably going to have to steal a game or two here. But that's going to be... a story. And we've seen crazy stories here in 2020. Let's see if the Dallas Stars can become that wild story and win the Stanley Cup. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Smash that like button. Leave a comment with your thoughts. Hope to see you in streams to come. 24-hour live stream coming. Go check out my Lightning video. This was John from Hot Take Hockey. Have a good one. Peace out.